What if I told you that the number one fear men have around women isn't rejection itself, but the shame that follows it? That sinking feeling in your stomach, the thought that you weren't enough, that you made a fool of yourself. Every guy knows that feeling. And yet, here's the truth. You don't have to live in fear of rejection. You don't have to play games or trick women. You can ask for intimacy in a way that is both confident and respectful. And when you do, not only does rejection lose its power over you, but women actually respect you more. So let's break this down, step by step, because the way you approach intimacy isn't just about attraction. It's about psychology. And more importantly, it's about living with the kind of calm strength that Stoic philosophy teaches us. The first thing you need to understand is this: intimacy begins long before any physical moment. Most men think intimacy is just about sex, but intimacy is a deeper connection. It's built through trust, presence, and emotional safety. Think about Marcus Aurelius. He wrote that the best way to live is to focus on what you can control and let go of what you can't. The same is true here. You cannot control whether a woman says yes or no, but you can control the way you show up. Are you calm? Are you grounded? Do you give her the sense that she is safe with you? Because if you can, then you've already created the space where intimacy naturally grows. The second thing to remember is this: women are far more receptive to energy than words. Have you ever noticed how a woman can sense nervousness before you even say a word? It's because energy doesn't lie. You can say the right line, but if your body language shows fear, she feels it. Stoicism teaches us to be in control of our state, no matter what happens outside us. So instead of overthinking what words to use, work on how you carry yourself. Breathe slower. Make eye contact without staring. Speak with pauses instead of rushing. When you are calm, you make her calm. And in that calmness, asking for intimacy doesn't feel like a demand. It feels like a natural next step. Now, here's the third thing. Timing is everything. You don't ask for intimacy out of nowhere. That's where most men fail. They go from casual conversation to physical requests in seconds, and the woman's defenses shoot up. The Stoics often said, nature does nothing in a hurry. Intimacy follows the same law. It's not forced, it's allowed. Watch how she responds to your presence. Is she leaning closer? Is she touching you back when you touch her? Is she staying engaged or pulling away? These are signals. When a woman feels attraction and safety, intimacy is already on the table. At that point, asking isn't really asking, it's guiding what's already there. But what if she says no? This is where most men spiral. They think rejection means something is wrong with them. But here's a secret: rejection doesn't actually exist the way you think it does. When she says no, she's not rejecting you as a man. She's rejecting the timing, the mood, or maybe just the context. Stoicism reminds us that our worth isn't tied to outcomes. Epictetus said, "Don't demand things happen as you wish, but wish them to happen as they do." If she says no, it's not a personal failure. It's just reality showing itself. And the man who smiles, stays calm, and respects her boundary becomes 10 times more attractive. Because respect builds trust, and trust builds intimacy. Here's the fourth thing. How you ask is more important than what you ask. Men often think they need clever lines, but women aren't moved by lines. They're moved by clarity and confidence. You don't have to beg. You don't have to manipulate. Instead, be direct, but gentle. For example, if you're with her and the moment feels right, instead of forcing anything, you can lean in and say, "I'd like to kiss you." Simple, honest, respectful. Notice what this does. It puts your desire out there, but it also gives her the choice. That balance of confidence and respect is the psychology trick most men miss. You're not trying to take. You're inviting. And invitations feel safe. Let me give you a modern example. Imagine two men on a date. The first man gets nervous, overthinks, and blurts out something awkward. The woman pulls back. He leaves embarrassed, thinking he ruined everything. The second man takes his time, listens, and notices her leaning in closer. He pauses, looks at her with calmness, and says softly, "I want to kiss you." She smiles and leans in. Both men had the same opportunity. The difference wasn't in looks or money. It was in how they carried themselves. Stoicism teaches us that strength is quiet, and quiet strength is irresistible. The last thing you need to know is this: your value doesn't come from her response. Most men put women on a pedestal. They think her yes defines them. But the truth is, your value comes from the way you handle both yes and no. If she says yes, you remain calm and grateful. If she says no, you remain calm and respectful. Either way, you win. Because the goal isn't to always succeed in the moment. The goal is to build yourself into a man who cannot be broken by rejection. And when you become that man, women feel it. They know you're not desperate. They know you don't need validation. That's when respect and attraction flow naturally. So remember this: intimacy is not about pressure. It's about presence. It's not about tricks, it's about truth. When you approach women with calm confidence, when you see rejection as neutral, when you respect her boundaries, you unlock a level of attraction that no line or gimmick could ever give you. That is the psychology trick. That is Stoicism applied to love and intimacy. If message connected with you, if you found value in the way Stoic wisdom can transform your relationships, then don't keep it to yourself. Like this video so more people can find it. Leave a comment sharing how you've handled rejection in the past. And subscribe to the Untroubled Stone for more powerful lessons on Stoicism, psychology, and the art of living well. Remember, strength is calm, respect is power, and rejection is never the end. It's just the beginning of a better you.